Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is the first video you watch. If you don't know me, this is Eleanor and I was a Ryanair flight attendant. I resigned in September of 2022. I said some reasons here and there in some videos, and also I made a video about pros and cons of Ryanair, and some of those cons were also reasons why I resigned. But I never actually made a video about why I resigned, and many people keep asking me about that, so I figured, okay, I will just make a video about it. I need to start saying that the main reason why I resigned has nothing to do with the job, the airline, the colleagues, or anything really. It's just kind of a personal reason, and it has something to do with why I applied to Ryanair in the first place. And the fact is that at the end of 2021, I was kind in a bad place mentally and physically. I had just graduated. I moved to another city to start a master's degree that I didn't really like, so I moved back to my parents' place and I got COVID, and I spent 2 weeks in isolation in my room, and I was just like, okay, I really need to get out of here. I really need to do something with my life. I really need to change this because this is not where I want to be. And I started looking for job applications, and being a flight attendant is something that I've always dreamt about, but I never had the actual time or energy to make it a reality. And at that point I was like, okay, I have no obligations towards anything or anyone. I can literally do whatever I want, so why not try being a flight attendant? And so I did it. But yeah, it was something that I had always dreamt about, but it was never my dream job, so the main reason why I resigned is that I always knew I was gonna resign. Like, I kind of took it as a gap year because I always knew that I wanted to finish my studies, and that was just not the right time for it. But yeah, I guess I always knew it was gonna happen. But there are for sure reasons why I resigned earlier than I could have. Because if certain things weren't there, or if other were there, I could have probably worked for Ryanair more, but it didn't happen. And some of these reasons are, first of all, the salary. I made a whole video about it, so I will not repeat myself, but to be short, I don't think I was paid enough for what I was doing and for the hours that I was working. But yeah, I made a video about it, so just go watch that and you will understand why. Another reason is that I could see and feel my health progressively getting worse. Like, I was 22 when I started working for Ryanair, and after just a couple of months I had to start taking things to sleep, because if you have to operate a flight at 5 a.m. you have to wake up at 3 a.m. and if you want to rest properly, I guess you should go to sleep at least at 7 p.m. And how do you go to sleep at 7 p.m. if you don't take anything to sleep? And the fact is that it wasn't even like a night shift scenario, because the shifts always changed. So we had 5 days of early shifts and 5 days of late shifts, so your body didn't have time to adjust to it. You always had to go to sleep at different times, and it was very difficult to make your body adjust to it. And one day I just thought about it and I was like, I'm 22 years old, like, I don't want to take things to sleep now, because then what will I do at 40? How will I feel at 40 years old? So yeah, my health was definitely one of the most important reasons. Like, I have many friends that can function properly even with like 3 hours of sleep, and they don't care at all, and they're just ready to start the day, but I'm not one of those people. I really need a good sleep to be able to function. And also, when you're a flight attendant, you are responsible for the safety of the passengers, and you shouldn't be a burden because you haven't slept enough. So yeah, the lack of sleep was affecting negatively also during the job, and it was not something that was supposed to happen. So maybe I was just not cut out to have those kind of rhythms, I guess. Another reason, which might sound stupid, but I don't think it is, at least not for me, is the grooming. When you sign up for the job, you know what you're signing up for. Like, one of the most important part of the flight attendant job is how you present yourself, and I knew that, and it was fun for some time. But first of all, it's a bit sexist. And it's one of those cases in which men and women are technically paid the same, but then if you go to actually see, women have to pay for many more things than men. Women have to have perfect nails, so it's at least like 20 euros per month to have perfect nails. And then you have to wear a matching lipstick with the nails, so you have to buy makeup, and then you have to wear tights. And if you've ever used tights, you know that they rip off like every day, so it was like at least a new pair of tights every week. And yes, you could use trousers, but the trousers were not in the uniform, so you have to, if you're a woman, you have to buy trousers. So still, like, so there were many little things that if you add them up at the end of the month, it's like at least 50 euros less if you're a woman. And other than the fact that it was sexist, it was just something that I don't want to do for the rest of my life. Like, it was fun for some time, but I just really don't want to wake up every day having to wear heels and wear makeup and having to worry about how I look like to other people. Yeah, it's just not something that I want to do for the rest of my life. But yeah, that's definitely personal, and I know that many people don't feel the same, and it wasn't annoying to other people. So yeah, that's definitely a very personal reason. Another reason is that I don't like to sell things to people. I'm a minimalist, okay? So like when I had to push the sales and like try to sell perfumes to people or anything else, I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I don't believe in what I'm doing. Like, but that's definitely a low cost airlines problem, because many other airlines don't sell anything on board, and low cost airlines have to make money somehow, so they count a lot on the sales. And I just didn't like that part. Like, I worked other times in sales, and it's just not something that I like. I don't like to push people to buy things that they don't really need. And there was a lot of pressure on you to sell things in Ryanair. Because if you sell more than other people, you get a promotion. If you sell more than other people, you can get the transfer. So it was everything about the sales all the time. Sales, 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 and I don't like it. Another reason is that I was kind of stressed all the time while working, mostly because of the base that I had assigned and the destinations that we had. The flights that took off from Marseille were super hard. I was very, very stressed all the time. And I think I made a video about this, like in the pros and cons I talk about this. So yeah. And also towards the end I started feeling kind of claustrophobic in the plane. It's a very restricted space, and when you spend many hours on it, I don't know. I started accusing that. I started feeling claustrophobic, and I couldn't wait to just land and have some fresh air. So yeah, I guess my time to resign was just arrived. And I will never be tired of saying that it was an amazing experience. I don't regret it at all. Don't get me wrong, please, because it was really an amazing experience, and if I went back, I would do it other 2,000 times. I loved it, but it was just time to leave, you know? Sometimes you have to realize when it's time to let go of things and to move on and change. And my time had arrived. So yeah, those were the main reasons why I resigned. There are probably others, but like they were not really important. Like, they were just small things that added up at the end of the day, and you were just like, maybe it's time to go. So yeah, but if you want to do this experience, do it. Again, it was really nice for me. I really liked it. But yeah, it was just time for something else. Bye! Remember to subscribe to the channel if you like my contents, and see you in another video.